Hi and welcome back. Let's start this video with $1,000,000 question. If there is no law requiring Americans in the 50 states of the Union to pay a federal income tax, and there isn't, this leads to the question, why are 200 million Americans paying and/or filing federal income taxes every year? The short answer, they tricked us. They said, according to the law, all residents and citizens of the United States must file and pay federal income taxes. That was a true statement then, and it still is today, except remember that United States only includes D.C. in today's tax laws. But most Americans don't know that, so they just unknowingly volunteer to pay each and every year. Now here's an even more important question. If there is no law requiring Americans in the 50 states of the Union to pay a federal income tax, and there isn't, how is it possible for the government to prosecute someone for not paying taxes? And here's the answer, because although there is no law requiring American nationals to file and pay federal income taxes, there is a law requiring taxpayers to pay a federal income tax. Keyword, taxpayers. There are two main groups of taxpayers, those living in D.C. or working for the national government. These people are automatic taxpayers. The other group are those who voluntarily became taxpayers by paying and filing their taxes. That's most Americans. Here's the deal, each year, taxpayers are required to file their taxes by filling out IRS Form 1040. Right at the very top of the form it says, 1040 U.S. Individual Income Tax Return Form. Remember what U.S. and United States means in tax law? D.C. only. So this form is only for D.C. individuals, or those who volunteered to be a D.C. individual. Anyone who has ever signed this document and mailed it and became a taxpayer, even if before they were not. The legal term is elected. They elected, or chose, or volunteered to be a taxpayer. And once an American becomes a taxpayer, now they are legally obligated to file and pay a federal income tax for the rest of their life. And if they don't, yes, the U.S. government can pursue them. If you have never signed a 1040 form, you are protected by the Constitution. You are a legal non-taxpayer. You are under no legal obligation to file or pay a federal income tax now, or for the rest of your life, so long as you never sign a 1040 form and provide the proper paperwork to your employer, which we will talk about in a future video. Isn't that incredible? Hundreds of millions of Americans voluntarily enslaved themselves, but you are one of the fortunate few who got the right information early, before you waived your constitutional protections and elected into a system the Constitution protects you from. Congratulations! Now, as a side note, Freedom Law Group is one of only a few companies in America that can help these 200 million Americans reverse what they did when they signed a 1040. You can learn more about that, if you want, by watching the video link below. Okay, now that you have an understanding that you are a legal non-taxpayer, in the next video we'll be discussing how to navigate in this world as a legal non-taxpayer, and make sure that you never pay even $1 in federal income taxes, and how to remain outside the federal income system for life. See you in the next video.